Hey, boss. Hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Always excited to share things you can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too, with strategy and intention. So, all week I've been coming on here as a back to business encore. Give us more. Last week we had the Back to Business virtual experience. And so this week I've been coming on really digging into some of the agenda when it comes to things you need to start now. So, one of those things, because we are quickly approaching the end of one month, going into the next one, is to start working on your holiday sales marketing plan. And man, this year is not a year where you want to be clear. You want to wait until the last minute. Virtual sales, virtual everything has gone up this year with so many of us being at home that you definitely need to make sure that you're taking advantage of having your best offers ready and available, and not just on those major holiday sales dates, but honestly beforehand, because people know that people are going online pretty much consistently, diligently every day to take advantage of every possible promotion they can grab from the beginning of November all the way up until next year. So, to be clear, I want to talk to you today about how to start your marketing holiday sales plan agenda. And we're going to dig into that in just a minute. Now, as always, hey, welcome to my OGs and my newbies. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to tag your business besties and share this out. Sharing is caring. That's what it's all about. And of course, if you're catching me on the replay side, you can always drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. So, I love to produce planners because a lot of times I have clients who come to me and they say, LaShonda, I need direction, I need clarity, and I need you to map it out for me in like a step-by-step way. So when I produce planners, it's easy for me to say, okay, here's your visual of what you need to do. I have a new normal planner, a fire start your year planner, a content to cash flow planner. I say that to say this month I'm releasing my I Sell Online planner for entrepreneurs in my circle who sell online and they want to get better at everyday sales, especially holiday sales, really looking to boost and bring in more, right? Build in that business and bring in that bank like a boss. So my I Sell Online planner is coming up, and I decided that what I wanted to do is to host a holiday sales training on how to work on your marketing, and we're going to do that tomorrow. So that I'm going to tell you two things. Number one, that training, you can take a look at that over at sistersense.com/ISO, which stands for I Sell Online. And what I wanted to do was to pull out some of the parts of that to share with you right now. Okay. So there are a couple of things I want you to consider when it comes to putting together a holiday sales marketing plan. And it's the who, what, where, when, and why of it all. Okay. I want you to think about number one, what products you want to put out, okay, and when. Now, here's the deal. The holidays isn't just simply those major Thanksgiving, Christmas. It really is looking at what you're going to put out, who you're going to put it out for, and when you're going to do this, November and December and January, right? Because we've got our holiday sales products, we've got our end of year sales, and we've got our new year sales. So I want you to think about making sure that you're taking some time to get clear about who you want to sell to, what you want to sell, and when you're going to make that happen in the November, December, and January months. Okay. Very, very, very important. Now, one of the things that I'm going to talk about as part of the how to sell online during the holidays and every day. One of the things that we're going to dig into is as part of that, plus the planner, is really thinking about, do you have the essentials when it comes to being set up for sales? So, interestingly enough, I was on a clarity call with a client Wednesday. I have my clarity calls on Wednesdays. And she said, okay, LaShonda, this is done. This is done. This is done. But it's not online. And I get that a lot. When people come to me, they have products, but they're not ready for revenue because their sales pages aren't ready, right? So we talked about what she can do when it comes to either putting together individual sales pages or using a platform like Kajabi versus using WordPress. We went through all of the logistics till we got to a solution that worked for her. She got off the phone. She was like, "Yay, LaShonda, I tested it. It's working. I'm good to go." So, one of the things that I want you to think about is when, right? So, what are you going to produce, who, when during the next 90 days, November, December, and January? And then number two, are you ready for these sales, right? Are you set up so that there are places that people can actually go and purchase your products? There are different types of sales pages. There are different types of automation strategies. There are different types of marketing strategies that I'm going to dig into as part of the webinar we're doing tomorrow, which is the exclusive bonus for those who pre-order the I Sell Online Planner. But I want to get you started today with questions that you should be asking yourself. Okay. So far, I've given you, I want to say, two sets of questions to think about, right? The how, what, who, when of it all, right? And then thinking about strategically for yourself, are you set up for sales? I'm going to dig into the essentials, but obviously the most important essential is having pages where people can actually purchase the products. Is that stuff ready yet, right? Now, there's one more thing that I'm going to drop on y'all today, okay? And then I'm going to keep it moving. And of course, you can feel free to go over to sistersense.com/ISO for I Sell Online. That's going to be the page you can go to pre-order the planner. Plus, the planner gives you exclusive access to the upcoming webinar that I'm doing tomorrow. It's going to be so much fun on, again, how to sell online by the holidays, plus how to sell better online every day, right? So even when it's not a holiday season, how you can get your ish together when it comes to marketing and sales. Okay. All right. So, one more thing that I want you to think about today when it comes to your holiday marketing plan. Okay. The numbers. Have you crunched the numbers? And that's something that I talk about all the time. And I think any entrepreneurial mentor, coach, consultant who's worth their weight in salt, as they say, anybody who is going to talk to you about strategically growing and marketing is going to ask you the question, well, how much money you want to make, right? Did you sit down and you think about that? One of the things that we're going to talk about as part of the I Sell Online Planner and webinar is to set very clear goals for yourself. And I've got a 10K challenge in there, 10K 30-day challenge, which I'm excited to really break down. I want you to, outside of whatever I share, if you decide to participate in that webinar or get the planner or not, I want you to think about your 30-day versus 90-day revenue sale. Revenue sales goals, right? And what you're actually going to sell to hit those goals. So I always drop some very clear numbers on you guys. I always say at the very least, try to make 3K a month, averaging $100 a day for 30 days. That's 3K. Or try to work towards growing, right? Work towards averaging 300 a day. 300 a day for the month is 30 days is 90K. I'm sorry, my math is all jacked up today. 300 a day for 30 days is 9K. I wish it was 90K, right? But looking at what your average is. Hopefully, you guys are looking at your averages. If you have PayPal, go in and check your monthly reports to see what you're averaging on a monthly basis. If you, like myself, also have Stripe, in the Stripe app, there's actually a section that I think as soon as you get into the dashboard, you can see what you brought in week to date, month to date, year to date, quarter to date. Do you know your average, your real average? Okay. Some of you be scared. Y'all don't want to look at the average, but you have to know if you want to grow, right? So are you checking your real averages when it comes to what you're bringing in every month? Maybe you feel it like, oh, I'm not bringing in anything or I'm not bringing in enough, but you got to actually look at the numbers. Too many people don't do that. They, oh, I'm not into math. I'm not into numbers. You can't just feel it, baby. You got to see it. You got to crunch the numbers. And are you thinking about and have you clearly set goals for yourself versus how much you want to make on a 30-day times 3 90-day in this period, as far as your holiday marketing sales agenda is concerned, right? So I gave you some numbers to consider, bringing in at least 3K to 9K, averaging $100 to $300 a day. We are going to do a 10K 30-day challenge as part of the I Sell Online, the bonus webinar, and actually inside the planner itself. So the planner is going to drop in 2 weeks. So I'm doing a pre-experience being the webinar we're doing tomorrow, digging into all the goodness in the planner and talking about holiday sales. So at the jump, day one of November, going into December, going into January, you're starting from now. If you haven't already done so, you're starting to really propel and gain some momentum to move forward. So that's it for today. Just wanted to drop some school food for thought on you, on things that you need to think about when it comes to your holiday marketing and sales plan. Number one, the who, what, why of it all. Number two, really thinking about for yourself, um, outside of the who's, the what's, and the whys. We talked about setting very clear revenue goals for yourself, right? And I'm having like a brain freeze moment. You know what number two is. Go back to. I'm having like a brain fog moment, but I gave you 3 questions today. I promise. I did. I know I did. Go back, watch that, think about those questions. And like I said, if you want to get the I Sell Online, pre-order the digital planner that's coming up, as well as get access to the live webinar that I'm doing this weekend. So you can dig into, again, how to work on reaching your holiday sales goals. So we're going to work on selling online for the holidays, plus getting better at everyday sales, that webinar, plus the planner. All the details about that over at sistersense.com/ISO. All right, y'all, gotta go. But of course, until tomorrow, don't forget, turn on alerts and notifications so you can see when I'm live, so you can jump on here live with me. And if you need additional clarity when you're on that Sister Sense website, you can also click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. Mwah! Till tomorrow, take care.